Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha Bean of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest.
Hey, hello, how y'all doing? My name is Freemvson. I'm a hip hop artist, hip hop and R&B artist from Dayton, Ohio. Currently out here in Hollywood, enjoying the view.
Great view to have.
Yeah,
Um, I am so excited to talk to you. So, I love talking to every guest and I love going back to the beginning. I always say that the beginning tells us like kind of where it kind of charts our trajectory of like where we're going in life. Like our little habits that we pick up when we're kids. So tell me a little bit about your childhood and then like kind of how did you find your way into this music world?
man. I've been writing songs since I was 10. My older sister, she helped me write my first rap song when I was 10 years old.
Oh, I love
Um,
that.
yeah, and I've always been into like performing and just theater and all kinds of stuff like that. And I didn't really get into music production until about 2016. So back then, yeah, back in 2016, met up with a friend from high school who already was doing music, and he introduced me to the world of audio and stuff and recording. So that's when I got into it. But since a kid, I've always just my mom had me in ballet with my sister. I got a twin sister.
I
She
love
had me
it.
in ballet with my twin sister. We was doing the Nutcracker. I was on the front page of a newspaper for doing this giant leap across stage.
I love
Um,
it.
my teacher had me do this miming performance where she painted my face white. Um, and I did this little miming performance thing with me and three other girls on stage. Um, but I've just always been into poetry and just performing and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's really cool. Like I would never expect ballet. That is really cool. That
I
is
know
so
it's
fun.
random.
No, but it's like super like it's different. I love that. That is so cool. Do you still like do you ever like think about going back into it now that you're older or now you're not like that was then and it's
No,
over?
no. I was in it for 3 years and I learned a
Wow.
lot from it. I learned coordination and, discipline and stuff like that. And ballet is nothing like I know people think it's like, girly or sassy or whatever. It's really like a lot of athletes do it, like
Yeah.
to learn stretching and coordination and get some agility.
Yeah.
Um, but I was in it for 3 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So I love that you knew that you really enjoyed it. Like, I always say for me, when I first rented the Alfred Hitchcock series one summer when I was 16, like I knew I was like, I want to make movies. Like it was in me then, like the seed, I guess, was planted. So that fuel, the love for the creative world, the arts. So when you got like tell me a little bit, like walk me through it. Like you get older, like what was your next thing like to get in like as far as like music and then like exploring that? What did that look like? Where did you know where you wanted to go? Like the direction that you were wanted to like head? Like what was next after all that?
Yeah, when I first got into it, um, I wanted to. I didn't really know what mixing or mastering or anything was. I kind of
Mhm.
just went to Guitar Center and was looking around, and um, I found out how much it costs, and I was like, "Ooh, can't afford that." And in my head at the time, I was thinking, "All right, I'm just gonna do it myself," not
Yeah.
realizing I'm stepping on a whole different path, which is audio engineering. That's a whole different path, and now I've spent thousands of dollars on equipment and taught myself how to mix. Went to school for audio engineering, and not realizing that took me off the course to my from my music as a whole.
Yeah.
um but I feel like I got into it pretty young as well, so now I'm just kind of doing everything in house with my label and everything I got going on.
That's
and I'm back
awesome.
on the music stuff. And I've never stopped writing music,
Right.
but I feel like if I would have just focused on the music and left it to the professionals, who knows where I could have been, you know? But I'm happy that I took time to gain knowledge and learn new skills along the way.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I love that what you said. I love read your bio and the fact that like I love that you're like self-made. And I'm all about that. Like I started out like literally just doing everything, like in every like you said, learning those skill sets because actually they come in handy when
Hmm.
you're very it just it like you look at the people that are like have longevity in the music industry like your Pharrells like it's not just one thing that they're good at, it's like they know a lot of things across the map, so it is amazing that
Right.
you're gaining all this knowledge. So tell me a little bit about your song, like now where did that come from, the process, and then like okay, like for me, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm like I'm always trying to correct them. Like I don't know if it's ready yet. I gotta go back and fix it. Like when you knew, like okay, this is it. I'm putting it out. Like you know what I mean? Like how did that happen?
You talking about Smoke, right?
Yeah. So okay.
Okay, so yeah, so I got a friend, my friend from high school. He had been making music for years. He had been making music since middle school. Um, we bumped into each other outside of high school or after we graduated sometime in 2015 or 2016. He just introduced me to his music. And, in my head, he's got music on Apple Music, Spotify. I'm like, bro, are you famous? And he's like, nah, he was like, it's easy to get your stuff on all platforms. I was like, dang, I didn't know that because I had no idea
Yeah.
anything about music. And yeah, so I recorded on his mic for the first time. And he pretty much just, to make the long story short, he got me into music. He got me into making music. And
Nice.
he's the one who produced the song Smoke.
Nice.
Um, yeah, he sent me a beat pack sometime earlier this year. And I'm just going through all the beats, and that one stood out. And it was actually titled Smoke. So it was already named Smoke. And
Oh,
I'm like, dang, this
okay.
beat fire. So
Yeah.
I started freestyling a little bit, got the flow going. I got smoke. I got smoke. I got smoke. I'm like, all right, cool. Um, so I kind of like hopped on the mic, kind of started freestyling a little bit, found the flow, and started writing from there. And
Yeah.
in the moment, like what was going on through my head when I was writing it or making it, I had, taken so many L's. I'm going through a
Mm.
breakup. I feel kind of
Mm.
mad, you know what I mean? Like I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm about to focus on this music and I'm about to go harder than ever before. So
Yeah.
I'm about to talk my shit. And so that's just what happened. Like I just, bar for bar, I just started writing, just talking my shit. And that's how Smoke was born.
And did you feel like when you did this, like, I don't know how, I love to ask artists this, like when you do, like, when you do release that, like you said, you were going through a breakup, you were going through all these things. Was it almost kind of like therapy for yourself? Like you felt like a relief once you like let it out? You put that song out there
Yeah.
to the
If
world?
yeah, I feel like I was just letting out a lot of aggression.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's a little hateful. Song is a little, I say a little bit of hateful stuff,
Hmm.
maybe dark stuff, but I mean, it's just how I was feeling. And um, that's just pretty much, yeah, I feel like it's just an outlet.
Exactly.
Music,
Yeah.
music's an outlet. So that's what I use it for.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting you said that because I do believe that like music is like you said, is an outlet, but it's not always color, it's not always happy because you're putting yourself out there and like your state of mind and where you are at that moment or what you're feeling. And I think that's
Yeah,
what artistry is, right? It's the good and bad and the ugly. And it's
right.
all those intricate things. Do you feel like being a, I guess, would label yourself as kind of like independent kind of artist or like,
For sure. I'm not signed. I have my own record label.
yeah,
That's my dream for real is to run a record label. I'm trying to be like
nice.
Diddy, Jay-Z, Master P. That's who I'm
Yeah.
trying to be. Um, I want
Yes.
artists under me. I want to own intellectual property. Like
Yes.
that's what I want.
Hey, your mouth to God's ears. It will happen because you have the skill sets, you have everything, you know what you want, and it's you can get it. You can do anything you want. I was going to ask you, like, do you feel like it's harder, like as far as like the putting your music out and you're putting it out and you're actually, going against some of these signed artists, right? And then those, kind of like getting your music heard. How do you like? I'm sure it can get a little like, um,
Competitive.
yeah. Like, how do you deal with that?
You know, I realize that the music industry is very saturated right now, and there
Mhm.
is shitload of competition. However, I'm all about making timeless, original music,
Mhm.
and I see myself as somebody who's been doing it for so long. I already think of myself as this rich, successful person
Love
before I
that.
already am.
Yes.
Um, I've studied the music industry for the past 2 years. I'm seeing how these major labels are pushing out their artists. Um, and I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for those who believe in me, who depend on me.
Yeah.
It's a different type of drive, and I'm not exempt from like. I feel like there's room in the industry. There's so
Yeah.
much room in the industry, and I'm not exempt from that type of success and attention that I can garner.
Yeah.
Um, I'm no different from the people who are successful right now. I'm doing the work. I feel like I'm not looking for handouts,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm trying to just work my way to the top. I'm not asking for anything. I'm really doing this from like I got it out the mud. I'm doing
Yeah.
this from the bottom, and yeah, that's just how I look at it. I feel like also giving is important. I try to give more. I'm in my giving era
Mm,
where I feel like I've been selfish for so long, and now I'm just trying to give more.
yeah.
So
I love that. That's yeah. Yeah, because you get what you put into it out, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And it just
yeah,
kind of um it's kind of like that paying it forward kind of thing. It's like whether that's knowledge or helping someone you know because I think a lot of people, like you said, you have the knowledge and understanding of music and how to get yourself out there, because a lot of people don't really know, like, okay, where do you go? What's like because like you said, it's super saturated. Like I
yeah.
can't imagine, like, I mean, you have your nowadays, I mean, these hits just come and like it's TikTok. I mean, you don't know the formula. It's either YouTube. It's like,
Hmm.
nowadays everything is just so social media is insane. Um,
It is,
but
yeah.
what keeps you going though, as far as like, like that those times, like for me, yes, I love what I do, but I feel like I had to get to a point of like, you know, um, even when those like the lows, when it feels like there's no way that I can get out of it, like see myself out of the situation, but I always do get out of it. But what keeps you going, and why do you keep doing this for you? Like, just not just as far as like, yeah, getting to a point of your life where you want to get, but like, what drives you? Like, why do you do this crazy business?
What drives me is I always tell myself it's my mom that drives
Mhm.
me, family.
Mhm.
Because I feel like I went through so many struggles growing up, and I didn't have my dad. Um, my mom, she'd been through hell and back, and I just feel like she deserves such a better life than what the cards she was dealt.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it for my mom. I'm doing it for family, and I don't have any expectations. To be fair, I
Yeah.
don't have any expectations. I'm not like, oh, I deserve to be famous. I'm gonna get it. Like I have, I'm doing what I need to do, and that's it.
Yeah.
And my biggest goal, my biggest focus is just pursuing wisdom. I just want to be wiser than ever before. I
Yes.
want to learn. I want to be able to say I tried, and if I fail, at least I tried.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
mindset.
I like
I don't have any expectations, and if there's a miracle along the way, cool. You know, my biggest focus is to not let it change me, who I am as a person. However, we won't know until we get there.
that's right. That's right. If you could be managed by any like artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
I would like to be managed by Jay-Z.
Literally, I said it. I literally said that in my head. I love that. I mean, he's a great blueprint.
He is.
He's
Yeah.
really a good person to study. He's very, yeah.
Hmm.
That's a good one. I like that answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah. He just
Uh, yeah,
he would make sure I'm set up for success, and he would tell me what's real. He would give it to me the real way. I feel like, because the artists he that were under him are successful. Every artist under him has become successful, and that's all I want.
that's it. And that, and you know, and it's so funny because it shows like everything he does is just it's like I love how he moves, and I think I like Jay-Z now. It's kind of like how I like Dave Chappelle now versus Dave Chappelle when he was younger. Like you could see the knowledge that he's gained and understanding and his perception of life. It's so great. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome to see that. Um, I love asking this question, and there's no wrong answer, but you know the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect.
Hmm.
Only you got to choose one, just one. Which one would you choose and why?
Respect.
Like that. I like
That's a no-brainer. That's a
that.
no-brainer. Respect. Um, I just feel like respect. You can have all the money and power in the world, but if nobody respects you, you're alone. You're
That's true.
alone. There's nobody to share it with. Um, I'm about my respect. I'm about give me my flowers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I give respect. I should earn. If I give respect, that means I want respect. I
Yeah,
deserve respect if I'm giving it.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Treat others like you want to be treated for sure. Yeah, one
Yeah.
thousand. I like that. It's a great answer. Great answer. I I had a guy come on and he goes money and I'm like, oh, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. He's like, is I was like, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you feel. There's no wrong answer. um,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to anyone that wants to, you know, try to like pursue their dreams, but they just don't know how? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to focus, just seek knowledge. You have to start somewhere. If you don't know where to start, that's just what you have to figure out. You have to do some research. I feel like some people just are, they don't know how to do research. They don't think to just read
Mm,
and you have to seek the knowledge. You can't just wait for it to come to you. You have to go seek knowledge. And that's my biggest advice is to seek knowledge, seek wisdom, because
yeah,
it's not going to come looking for you.
that's good. You're absolutely right because I think too the generation though it's so different. Like you know, opposed to like when our family when my parents were, you know, in their, I think even in my youth it was a little different. Like the Gen Zs now, it's so weird. Everything's
I
different.
know.
It's like
They have
what?
access to all this abundance of knowledge. They have access to all this information.
Yeah,
I wish I had access to this type of information when I was just 15, 16.
right.
And they're not even utilizing it.
No,
They're not being taught how to think. They're being taught what to think.
right.
And there's
Yeah.
a big difference.
And do you think that's on purpose?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
no.
I think that there's I don't want to get political, but there's definitely
Hey, I
some
love
sort
it.
of agenda going on. Definitely an agenda.
Yeah, definitely. yeah, yeah, yeah. 100% it is. I mean, yeah. It's in every category of the entertainment. It's in everything in the world actually. I sometimes think that, and not to get too deep, but like just to sometimes I think that we're in a simulation. Like we're like a
Yeah.
big experiment.
Yes. I was just saying that being out here in LA, I'm like, Jevin, this friend I'm staying with, like, bro, it feels like I'm in a fucking simulation right now.
Right.
Like, this is not real. Like, these people walking around are not real. I was just eating and this homeless person was just staring at me. I
Oh
was like,
wow. Like what?
and it's just like, it feels like I'm in a video game, like I'm playing True Crime Streets of LA or like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like GTA. I'm like, these people are not real. But I know it's deeper than that. It's
Yeah.
just, the whole conspiracy theory, we're living in a simulation. it's definitely, it runs deeper, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's very psychological, very for sure. I think, they say it was this philosopher I was watching, he was talking about like how, if you can get the mind, that's all you need. It's not, they say, well, back in the day when our ancestors and racism and all that stuff, I was like, well, now it's everyone. Everyone. They want everybody. So they
Yeah,
get everyone through social media. It's the biggest tool today. So
right. I
yeah.
agree.
But good for
I'm very
you.
limited. I'm very limited on social media. My
Yeah.
Instagram, I don't follow any celebrities. I don't follow Instagram models.
Yeah.
I follow nothing but business pages, motivational pages,
Yeah.
people I know. That's it. I don't try to, like, I use social media as a tool.
Hmm.
I don't try to I try to stay away from getting absorbed into it, like follow these mindless pages that just are just for entertainment purposes only. I
Yeah.
try to stay away from that because social media is brainwashing, and it does paint a narrative that I just feel like everyone kind of falls into.
Yeah.
And I just I'm very vigilant when it comes to stuff like that.
And you know what? I love that. It really makes me happy to hear that as an artist. Like I don't really hear many artists talking like this, So it's like, yay. So okay, there are people out here that are not, in the matrix. They're out of it. They took the blue pill or whatever. Um, and I think but I think too, a lot of people, it's that it's like even if we're in this system, it doesn't have to corrupt us. We can like, wake people up. Well, hopefully. I mean, that's really the goal here. Um,
Yeah,
for people to think for
for sure.
themselves.
Absolutely.
No,
Waking
but
people up is such a task, though. Just cognitive dissonance. People just they can't accept reality sometimes, and reality is hurt. It's harsh, and
mhm,
I used to try to, you know, um, force my viewpoints, but I don't do that anymore. People have to figure it out for themselves over
exactly.
time. You
Yeah,
can't force it on somebody.
that's true. Everyone has their I guess, well, some people do. I mean, not everyone, but I think some people get to the point of like, it's like it's right there in your face, and you can't ignore it at this point. Like, that's what it is. So yeah, I have to
Yeah,
try to, like, I feel you. I try to have grace with people. I'm like, I still love you, bro. I still love you, dude.
right. Just hope the
So
best.
right, exactly. What's next? Are you working on anything? Are you like what's next? Anything you want to shout out?
I'm dropping a song on the 17th called One Chance, written and recorded by all Dayton, Ohio artists,
Nice,
me and some homies from high school. Uh, I mixed it, mastered it. I do everything in house.
nice.
So I'm dropping that on the 17th. It's definitely a different vibe from Smoke. Um, it's more R&B, pop with some rap.
Okay.
It's like a blend of stuff. I don't know. I'll let people decide for themselves when they hear it. Um, but I feel like it's just one of those timeless songs that I've been wanting to put out.
Yeah.
I just it's a toxic song when you listen to the lyrics, but it's said in such a beautiful way.
I'm
You have to
excited.
hear it. I want to send it to you.
Yeah, please. Are we connected on the gram? I don't, I'm not really sure, but I
I
gotta
did
check it
message
out.
you on
Oh,
there.
you did? I didn't
Yeah,
I
when I
didn't
missed the
see it.
first interview, I felt bad. I'm like, ooh, give me another chance. Like, I was
Oh
low
no.
key begging. Like,
Okay, I'll find you and then I'll follow you, and please send it. I would love to hear it. I'm curious now. I'm like, ooh,
okay.
hmm. You have to come
Yeah, I'll
back
send it
on
to
for
you.
sure. Definitely,
I would
definitely.
love to.
Thank you so much. It was really fun. It's crazy how time flies. It like literally 30 minutes go by like this. But
Oh
this
wow.
was a great conversation. And
Yeah.
everyone go listen to Smoke. Smoke. Did I say it
Smoke.
right? Smoke.
Yeah, yeah, smoke.
I like it. And where can we find you on social media so they can follow you and everything that you have going on?
I'm on Instagram and TikTok primarily. I kind of just started messing with TikTok. I don't get into that stuff, but I know I need to because
Yeah.
I mean for social media presence. But my name on there is Freemvson with two threes, FR 33. MV to replace the ASON.
Oh,
So, or just my artist name. You could probably just search my artist name, how it's on Apple Music or
nice.
Spotify. You'll be able to find me easily. So
Awesome.
TikTok and Instagram, I'm on there primarily. Yeah, follow me. Follow me on both of those.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you so much. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.